It's not even 48 hours at this point. And 48 hours, I am getting ready to go in 24 hours. In 24 hours, I'm getting ready to go to the airport. I may have messed up a little bit, but we're gonna try it. Hello, I'm Shay and I like to make things, and Instagram invited me to the Met Gala, but like not the actual Met Gala, but a fun little Met Gala watch party that's still in New York and is next to the Met Gala. So, I need to make a dress for it. Unfortunately, I am also a terrible procrastinator, as we all know from all of my projects. And instead of being a responsible adult that makes their dress as soon as they know they're going to the event, I decided it would be so much fun to make a Barbie dress. And then that Barbie dress turned into 3 Barbie dresses. And now it's 2 days before. But 2 days is still 2 days, and I believe in us, and we're going to make a dress for this. I shouldn't procrastinate, but it keeps working, so I never learn. But this might be the time it doesn't work. Oh, I might have girl bossed a bit too close to the sun with this one. Let's go design. I'm gonna take a look at the itinerary first and see what I need a dress for. This isn't even juice, this is just grenadine mixed with water because I'm desperate for sugar. Sorry, I'm a mess right now. Okay, so the main event is a red carpet watch party at the Mark Hotel Penthouse. This is fancy. And the dress code for that is black and white tie. What the hell is black and white tie? We're gonna see. Black tie is less formal than white tie. White tie is the most formal of all dress codes. Okay, black tie events are formal gatherings like award ceremonies. White tie events are the most formal events, all presidential events, diplomatic galas, and royal affairs. We gotta make something fancy. This is basically like the Met Gala, huh? That's good to know. The more I like read this, the more I get intimidated. This is kind of big. So we've got the event, we've got the dress code. Now it's time to design the dress. The theme for the Met Gala this year is Karl Lagerfeld, a very influential fashion designer who led Chanel since like 1983. Not gonna lie, this isn't a theme I'm super excited about. Though Karl was undeniably a talented and influential artist, there's a lot of controversy surrounding him, and he held beliefs that I just personally disagree with. So I think rather than having my design highlight him specifically, I'm gonna do a bit of research and try and base it on Chanel's iconic looks. I am a costume theater kid that likes to dress up. This feels so out of my depth. I've spent the past 2 hours looking at an ungodly amount of fashion shows. So the 2 big themes I'm seeing are either the classic Chanel pantsuit, very tweed, very polished, very cute, and doing something based off of that, maybe making it a full skirt, but keeping that almost jacket-like top and that clean, beautiful tailoring, and making it like a fun color, not some boring gray tweed or something. Or option 2 is kind of leaning into the black and the chains. There's a point where Chanel used a lot of gold chain trims, and of course this iconic Chanel look that Lily Rose Depp wore to the Met Gala, and maybe making like a basic-ish black dress, but then having gold chain accents on top of it. These are my 2 final sketches. I'm gonna put them up for a poll. They're a little simple, but I also have to make this in about 1 day. So I'm setting the expectations reasonable, and we'll see what folks vote on. All right, it is day 1. It is currently 10 o'clock, which is about 20 hours before I need to be driving up to the airport to hop on my flight. And I still don't have a decision on what dress I want to make. Everybody voted for the black dress, but I've been thinking and it just feels so basic. So I'm going to go to the fashion district, see what fabrics I can find, and then make my decision based off of that. I know it's dumb, we should have a plan, but we're doing our best. I've got my supplies. I got a bunch of this really nice black fabric, 20 yards of chains, a couple different brooches, and the secret to make my life easier, a bustier. Gunnar Dethridge told me to do this as a little hack if you're short on time. You get a bustier that already fits you really well, and then you can build your dress on top of that. And that's especially important for a dress like this that has very heavy accessories on top of it. Because while I did end up going with the black dress, to give it some more pizzazz, I'm gonna make it more like the Lily Rose Depp dress and add a bunch of chain embellishments. And on top of that, give it a very dramatic shape. Very like hugging the body and then flares. So that means the first thing we gotta do is get our pattern. And it's currently 4 o'clock, so time check. Getting a little scary. Luckily, I have made quite a few of these mermaid style dresses before, but unfortunately, they are very difficult to pattern, and I don't quite have time to make a whole mock-up. So I think I'm going to sacrifice. I made this keyboard dress that is very similar to the shape I want, so I think I'm just gonna take it apart and use that as my mock-up. I'm gonna go grab that from the attic. Ah, it's gonna die anyways. We're gonna take this keyboard part off. Whew. We have a skirt.
To make this old skirt into a pattern I can use for my new dress, I just gotta chop up along the same lines, and then it's a skirt pattern.
And she's chopped. To pattern the top half of the dress, I'm just quickly draping the shape on my dress form and making a muslin pattern for the top.
Then I just put the top pattern and the skirt pattern together, and that is my new dress pattern. I can trace and cut this Frankenstein pattern out of the fabric that I bought, and then we have our dress pattern pieces.
So I've got it mostly patterned out. I think we're on the home stretch. Maybe I'm preemptively excited about it, but it feels like it looks good. I don't know. So I'm gonna stop by Joann's, grab some last supplies before they close, and then we're just gonna sew it up. Let's do it. I have my supplies. It's go time. Now that I have all my pattern pieces, I'm just gonna go and put them onto my dress form and kind of adjust the fitting on there. Ta-da! So basically what I'm doing is I'm building the dress inside out.
Instead of pinning the pattern pieces together normally, I'm pinning the pattern pieces together on my dress form. That way I can adjust the fit as I pin it. Honestly, I've never tried doing this before, but it feels like it's gonna help make the fit better, so we're giving it a try.
It's kind of pinned together, so I'm gonna do my first fitting. So this is the bustier that I bought from the store. I'm just gonna try it on top of this and see if it works. Ow, 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 ow. I was gonna try to fully try this on. That hurts, man. Okay, it's too pokey to try on, never mind. Hello, future Shay jumping in to narrate. At this point, I was running close on time, but things were honestly going pretty well, and I was pretty confident that I would have this dress for the flight tomorrow. That was until at 11 o'clock at night, there was a full power outage. Okay, so there was a power outage? I don't know what I'm gonna do. My sewing machine, the iron, it all needs power. So I'm gonna take a break, I'm gonna pack, and I'm gonna pick out a backup dress because that's all you can do in these things. Not gonna lie, this was tough. I had about 6-ish hours until I had to get ready to go to the airport. I did not know if I could finish anything, like not even the base dress. But I'm also not one to give up, so I actually packed up my sewing machine in the dark and headed out to see if I could find just anywhere I could sew. So I found another location that is off our power grid. Okay, we are in an office now, and I'm just gonna get back to sewing. Let's do this. In the office, I could just sew all the pieces I pinned, and it started to take the shape of an actual wearable dress. And we're back, we have power again. I'm gonna be honest, I have about 3 hours to finish this dress, so it's kind of crunch time. I'm just gonna kind of focus mode and really zoom through this dress as much as I can. So that means I'm just finishing sewing the pattern pieces together and perfecting the fit so it hugs my body. So the back of my train was very floppy and it didn't work. So my 3 a.m. solution is to safety pin a old petticoat onto the back to make a DIY petticoat train. And honestly, it works. Since the dress shape and the fit is looking really good, I can finally cut the bodice to the neckline that I want and hand sew it to the bustier for support, which finally makes this dress wearable. I used the last 30 minutes I had before I left to just drape my chains and see how they would look. And I don't want to get overconfident about it, but that is looking like a dress. And with that, I was out of time. So I didn't quite finish the dress, but it's mostly done. There's just a bit of hand sewing left to do, and we are headed to New York. My flight was delayed 4 hours. I'm just chilling in the airport on no sleep, and I'm so sleepy.
Yeah, this project is pretty much cursed.
Apparently there's a big storm in New York right now, and all the flights are canceled. My flight has been rebooked twice. If I make it to New York, I'm calling it a win.
It was a little crazy getting here, but we made it.
Look at this room. It's 11 o'clock. I've got a bit more sewing to do. Maybe I'm just overconfident at this point, but there's not much left to do with the dress. I've just got to hem it, press it, and add the chains. And that feels like something I can do in the morning. So I'm gonna go out, I don't know, like this is like my second time in New York. I'm gonna see it for a bit. We're off to New York, native New Yorker. I have my dumplings. This city is the coolest. Ugh. I get the hype now, I get it. I like can't stop smiling. It literally feels like a movie, despite the fact that I haven't slept. It's a really, really cool day. I feel really lucky right now. Well, I'm gonna get some rest and I will see you tomorrow for the Met Gala. Bye-bye. So it's currently 8 in the morning and we're getting back to work.
At this point, it's like an hour before I have to walk out the door. So I'm just putting the dress on and sewing the chains of the dress as I wear it.
It's about, oh goodness, 15 minutes till I'm supposed to be down there. I'm hemming my skirt. I've got to put my makeup on, but you know, we make it work, we do what we do, and we go.
Per usual, I was sewing up to the last minute. I sewed in the car on the way to the Met Gala because I have no chill. But we made it! And this is the final look! Honestly, for 24 hours, I am in shock. This is one where I actually had doubts if I was gonna be able to pull it off or not, and I am so happy with the final product! It's pretty, it's elegant, it does fit the theme, it's very Chanel, and I just felt so pretty wearing it. As for the event itself, I got to meet a ton of incredible, talented fashion creators and watch the Met Gala with them. And then afterwards, we were at the Mark Hotel, so we got to see all the celebrities as they came back from the Met Gala. I even managed to get into some of the after parties, which was really, really cool. So yeah, I'd probably chalk this up as one of the coolest days of my life. It's literally the next day after the Met Gala, and I'm at the airport already headed home. But it was so much fun. I'm gonna go unpack, get some sleep, and I will see you next time. And before I say goodbye, a little announcement. If you're seeing this the week it's posted, I'm going to be at VidCon this week. Official meet and greets Thursday, 3 to 5. But also, if you just see me walking around, please say hi. I'd love to meet you. But that's all for this video. Stay tuned, subscribe for more projects. I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!